Hi guys, I am trying to do really interesting series this month. As you notice, I did Gypsy and I did monthlies because we are going into this Mercury Retrograde. So check my Mercury Retrograde video. I'm going to put it somewhere in the corner if I remember. And if not, just cruise my channel. I just post it on the same day. And I figured because many of you will want to know if their X is coming back. So here is the X series here. X series is still, I guess, on a special. It's not $65, it is still $50, so take advantage of it. Check me on cattarot.ca, www.cattarot.ca. And I also have a speed up promotion, so you get it within a week. So it's a good time to kind of grab it. And also, whatever it is, a general reading here doesn't have to be you. So that's a good news or bad news, depending on what the reading is. I am using these cards. They are from a different deck. I have the same cards in this deck. For example, these are just the titles of the book, and they are kind of signifying to me the category. It took me quite a few years to develop the concept that actually works, that I can actually really securely say the answer. So this category here is going to tell me really everything that is going on for you as a couple. This is going to tell me everything that is ungluing you as a couple. So here I'm going to be able to know if your relationship is ever if there is a possibility for ever making it. I'm using the fire here for dating because Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands, whether you're like girl to girl, boy and boy, maybe you should use woman to woman to be politically correct, and I hate being politically correct. And the energies and communication in between. The reason why I'm using wands is, one, I'm rule breaker. I'm Aquarius, and I don't like to follow things, especially when they don't make sense. So astrology and tarot can be linked together. It does make sense, but when we are dating, we all shift initially, and even when we kind of reunite with someone, we don't go immediately, okay, thanks for coming, I'm going to just sit on a couch and finish my movie. No, we don't go to our regular mode. We are into this dating mode, and that is action, that is fire. So that's why I'm using fire. And these two categories are going to really tell me about the outcome. One, if this is in your best interest, if karma really wants you to do that, and really what is the next step and how is this going to progress. So now when you have this common introduction, please don't ask me why do I have the same cards everywhere, because each and every time it happens. So I was really quick with this, and I'm going to go and start with the reading for each sign. So let's go. Hi Virgo, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde edition. So Mercury Retrograde, if you didn't check my video, is usually the time when stuff gets stirred. You know, the stuff is started S, and X's can't come out yet. They're not the same they were, neither are you. So many people can experience let's see what's going on. Did you change? Do you still feel the same? So it's going to be interesting. So let's see, because I love this series. Generally, they're really heavy, and I understand there are many people who have expectations, or who even go like, oh God, I just want to make sure that he's not coming back, sort of a thing. So let's see, Virgo, what's going on. Whenever I see this card, yes, the Hermit is you, but I also see this card as you as well, because it is a Pentacle 9. And it is kind of enjoyment, reaping the basically all the fruits of your labor. She is very happy with what she is. Look at this Venus little signs on her dress. But she's reversed in this category. Something for you feels at odds. And this is, I guess, expectation of somebody coming to you on a white horse, kind of a thing, right? It's kind of especially if you're a woman, I think it's a part of that training, that's not the right word, upbringing, where we kind of get raised on this fairy tales. Fairy tales are very damaging to impressionate mind. So here we are talking about nostalgia. So there is definitely thinking about this person, how he or she made you think, and who walked away. I absolutely see it here. Now the Hierophant here is having possibly few meanings, because you have both King of Cups and you have Knight of Cups. And again, because this is a general reading, that could be males or females, could be a whole bunch of things, right? So interestingly enough, over here, that somebody is establishing the rules, or somebody's put the foot down, and they're not very happy about that. Yet they're behaving as if those rules don't exist. I really don't like King of Cups. When King of Cups appears upright, I think, oh, look at this. This is a quiet guy who kind of listens when, you know, you talk, kind of like gives you really good example. He's able to penetrate the psyche, right? That's why it's connected with Pisces. I'm obviously talking too much today. When this person reverses, is the person who is trying to catch the information from you to see how he connects the dots, or she connects the dots, so you actually dance to their tunes. So somebody who is highly manipulative, who will tell you anything that you want to hear. Well, so you're going to say, hey, you know, are you still with somebody else? Do you love me? Oh gosh, I'm not with anybody else. Of course I love you. I'm suffering. But the moment when they're out of the door, none of that is valid or exists. They're actually a very unhappy person as they are. I think this is kind of problem in this particular situation. You're expecting the adult, and you're getting I would not say sneaky, because I still didn't get Seven of Swords, but you're getting somebody who's not secure in themselves. So you have to ask yourself in the first place, why would you follow the rules of this person, right, in the first place? So let's go further, like to see what can continue to happen. Oh boy, the Lovers in this category, what needs to be glued and booted with Two of Cups reversed. So I think, Virgo, this person maybe thought that you are not as smart as you are, and you figure them out. This is not easy. It's kind of there you go. Did I not tell you? I didn't see this, guys. So there you go. You see, sometimes it's when you become a reader and you already know what kind of cards will come in that situation. The reason for that is like that I don't see cards, I see this entire situations, and the more you do that, the more of that you can know. And especially with my training, coaching and therapy, I have seen that through my clinical work. So look at this here. Anxiety is like, oh my god, like, I mean, this is another 9. This is a 9 or 9. You are at a wit's end, as I said. Don't let this need to be with somebody prevail. And like, if you remove him out of this equation, you have to ask yourself what makes you happy, what choices you have in life. Is life going to be so devastating without him? You have 2 6s. You definitely feel he's a soulmate. You have the soulmate card reversed. You or one person here is feeling that the contract is over. We have the Hierophant, and this definitely means, like, so if you get, for example, karma reading with me, karma reading tells you, what in the world did you program for yourself to do that here? What operating system do you have? What do you need to learn? Do you need to learn to be brokenhearted? Because these emotional lessons are always emotional lessons. Do you need to learn to have like 17 children? Do you need to learn, how to interact with other people? Are you supposed to be Mother Teresa? It is only when you realize what is the bigger picture, then you can realize who are the people who are going to invite into that contract, such as soulmates, to actually kind of like come and push you toward those goals and those emotional kind of like strivings that you want, right? So, interestingly enough, there is going to be a discussion, and it's going to be a discussion about giving up, because look at this, 9, 9, and 9. It is kind of weird that I'm seeing 999, because I started seeing it last night, 999, and I have never seen it, and I apologize. I'm going to turn this off. 999 is basically God talking to you directly. Okay, I would not push it that hard. That's kind of like what I read, but sort of like you're getting messages from the top chakra right in you. I translated this into I am getting it. So for some of you, the ones who are reminiscing, you're going, well, okay, I wish it could have been done differently. I wish. You're going to look into this kind of like whole breakup with maybe it was for the best. Maybe this kind of things wouldn't work out. And it's going to be a conversation that is going to kind of like make you realize this person has been sneaky, this person didn't kind of create the environment. It could be a very verbally abusive person, to be honest. I never like to see Knight of Swords or Page of Swords reversed. The karma is saying it is kind of like really need for stability over here, right? It's kind of like really needed to kind of figure out who and what, and both of them are actually pretty good cards, pretty stable cards when they are not affected with the other cards. But if you're kind of looking and in one partner is going, look at this, he has a 9 here, he has a 9 here, both reversed, right? This is going away, not knowing maybe this person is with somebody else and lying all about it, right? Maybe has some kind of like family obligations that kind of like are going badly. So you have to kind of like take all of that in account. But I'm telling you here, you're going to reach the situation, you're going to say, this is not doable. This is not doable. Look at this. The 9s are coming in these categories. 9s are your card, Virgo. 9 is the Hermit. I need to get my omega-3s to get my words back. And look at this, now we have 1, so the shift is happening. The shift is happening, guess what? Oh my gosh, let me just first see them all before I say something. You see, what I wanted to say is like somebody else is coming to your life, and then I said I better hold myself back of saying this. What if the Knight of Wands shows up? La 2 people. Guys, 2 people, and one could be your ex showing up. One could be somebody you are married to or you have a children with, somebody who actually does want to take a shot for long term. Because look at this, now all of a sudden you're having both of these people going for it. That's a good situation to be in. I know you want this person, but there is somebody who actually is much better. Between the 2, he's Knight of Wands, he's standing upright, Knights are staying, they are creating this kind of like environment, they're creating kind of like their own kingdom, where the Knights are sort of like being sent to the battle and they kind of like go and leave and they don't stay. And see here, they're still having this flavor, kind of offering this wink and a smile. Maybe somebody's going to keep texting you, and if you don't hear what they want to hear, if they see that you are not kind of like getting hooked on their, let's call them lies or dishonesties, they'll just simply give up. Because look at this number of 7s. They do have issues inside that they need to work on, and frankly, even though they do think at some point that they actually do want to give it a shot, they're not going to be very serious about it, that's for sure. And there you are. You're showing up, the Hermit reversed, just like here. So how many did all 9s show up? I think all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have them all. We only another vibration of 9 will be the Moon card, which still didn't come up. It's to be expected if we continue with this path. This person could have been either continuously flirting or continuously creating some kind of like feeling of discomfort, where you always felt like, that you never can relax. You see, this person is always juggling. This is like perpetual loop, right? And we also have the ships in this card, kind of like in which direction do I go with this? This could be issues with the money. This could be an ex-husband, could be ex-partner. And again, there is like this feeling about trying to get other people to resolve situation instead of kind of trying to find your own answers. So this to me would be a warning. Somebody doesn't want to commit. Clearly, and look at this. It's kind of weird because the King of Wands could represent the Leo rising or Leo Venus. And this is a Leo card and this is a Leo card. and this is a choice. Or you guys have a very strong Leo in your chart, so I'm picking up on it. And this is a fire sign, so clearly I see lots of fire. So fire can mean a few things. Just because some schools of tarot are saying, well, this one is supposed to be, etc. I don't subscribe to that entirely, because I did study that for quite a while. I found quite a few holes in it. So, but these two are talking about lack of celebration. So somebody, maybe even with whom you have a child, where the separation appeared in the past, maybe they want it, you didn't want it, or vice versa, or it was just like simply not the right time. But here it's kind of like interesting. The situation is saying, well, there are no longer options. You get to choose what you're given. And look at this, Magician is showing up and saying, okay, choose, and I'm going to make this work. Looks like you're not going to choose this person who was sort of like breaking your heart, because right now he's going to end up being rejected and heartbroken. But you know, the luck is with the crazy ones. The luck is with the cheaters, and that kind of does make sense. This is a karma card, and it is also falling in the karma category. This card talks about big changes coming. They will continue. So okay, so in short, Virgo, you will have lots of attention. Some of this attention, you see, the thing is like how you want attention in your terms. What is on your terms? And this is not recording because I'm not seeing my hand going. So my Mercury retrograde, you might see it, I don't see it. So Mercury retrograde is maybe already very, very active. So what's happening over here? I'm seeing that you guys want somebody nice and kind and romantic, and kind of like write you a poem and a letter, something like really gentle, kind of like come your way. But this guy is nothing like it. It's like asking a wolf to become a little teddy bear or become a little fluffy, you know, bunny. It cannot be done. But you're reminiscing, you're hoping for it. Look at this like huge intensity over here. But because of that energy that you're creating, these vibrations, you're actually materializing somebody else showing up, either a completely new person or somebody from your past. If it's a new person, trust me, you know this person. What do I mean by that? Sometimes we keep going throughout our lives and meeting the same person over and over and over in a different body, because we need to learn some lessons. And I would really pay attention to this person, because this person could be very important in your life. Because at the same time, you'll be able to draw a parallel in between how these two people treat you. This person is firm, will be there for the long term. This other one is just in and out, sort of like very immature or very unstable at this stage. It's kind of interesting because this person can be shaken up as well because of all the circumstances that just seem to fly around, because they actually will reflect that back to you and say, hey, Virgo, do you really know what you want? Why don't you figure it out, right? So I think it's going to be interesting time for you. It's going to be totally really for writing the book. I think that the one that you want, you will end up rejecting. They will move on, and so will you. And I think it's needed for the two of you to have this conversation, to kind of look into that, because I'm looking what is in between over here and how is this ending. And none of them is really great. It's saying you can create whatever you want, but at this point you will want something different, because look at this, you have this infinite loop here, and you have it here, and you have it here. The three cards with loops not only all showed up, but they are next to each other. Infinite. Think about that. I was like a horrible in my what do you call it, religious studies. I was asking the most intense questions. So I was asking, okay, so what if I don't like my neighbor when I'm in heaven? Well then, am I stuck forever? What if I don't like the music over there? Am I stuck forever? And of course, it always got me in trouble, but I never got the answers. So I'm asking you guys, do you really want to be stuck forever with this person? And I think this is kind of like because you are so able to go into detail more than any other sign, and you guys will be more affected with Mercury retrograde than most of the other signs. So kind of like really keep this in mind. Okay, it's kind of really important to address this. This is karmic period for you. There is something karmic is cleaning, and it's absolutely end of one period, moving in another period, maybe stepping a little bit back, but look at this new one and one and one and one and one. You're definitely kind of like sailing out of this period. So whatever happens is going to mean that the lesson has been learned, and it's like a new shift that is going to start all over again. So my dear Virgo, I would love to hear your comments. This has intensity in it. I'm feeling so many of you. And guys, this is a general reading. For your private one, contact me via cattarot.ca. I have two specials. I have a speed up special, so you get things like much faster than before, and this is still on the special for $50, but I have the other opportunities as well. So hopefully I hear from you, and hopefully we kind of like really figure out what is your situation. And until the next time, please join me on my Facebook and on my Instagram. Love you. All the best.